One of the most ridiculous recipe names I've ever heard would have to be the toad in a hole. But I can live with the name because they just taste fantastic. It consists of sausages and I'm going to wrap it in some bacon with a batter. They are quite ugly, but I promise you I'm going to serve it with a gravy and you're going to love it. Now let's get the batter on because I do want to rest it. I have 110 grams of plain flour here that I've sifted and I'm going to place it just in a really large jug. Also some nutmeg. So a pinch of nutmeg there and a pinch of salt. I'm just going to mix those dry ingredients together. And now in another jug, let's get our wet ingredients. So 300 millilitres of milk, and I'm going to whisk this with 2 whole eggs. It's such an easy batter to remember. Not just fantastic doing it with the sausages and bacon, but it's a really great side when you're having a roast beef too. Now those eggs can go straight into my milk and we'll give that a whisk to break up that yolk. Perfect. And now we're just going to slowly add it in because we don't want any lumps. Start with a little bit and start getting almost a paste. This is the best way to do it so you don't get those lumps. And now we can add the rest of it. And now give it a really good mix, scraping down that bottom there. Now at this stage, this is the consistency that we want. It's a little bit liquidy, but that's okay because I'm going to place it in the fridge now and just allow it to rest for about an hour before we use it. Now just with a little bit of cling wrap here, I'm going to cover this and this can go in the fridge for 1 hour. Now while that's resting, we can start prepping our sausages here. I've just got some small sausages and some streaky bacon, and what I'm needing is just the streaky section of the bacon. So just down here, not the loin section because I need to wrap it around the sausages. So we'll use that for later. We'll take the rind off, so just pinching in the centre and pulling it off, and we'll get our sausages and then wrap it in the bacon. Now I've got a pan here. I'm just going to turn it onto a medium heat, no oil required, and we're just going to cook them for about 1 minute, turn them 1 minute again. You want to give it all up about 6 minutes until they're golden brown. So now that our sausages are cooked, we've got crispy bacon, the batter has rested nicely for an hour, and what I've done is heated a little bit of clarified butter in my muffin tin here. So you've got to move fast at this stage. We're going to put our sausages into the muffin tin here, and after we've done that, we get our batter and just pour it 3/4 of the way up. So you don't want to overfill it because what happens is these are going to puff up. Really hot oven, 200 to 220 degrees. They can go in, we'll give it about 20 minutes. Now for the gravy, it's really easy to do. I've just got 1 onion here that I've been frying and just allowing it to soften up. You can see that they're caramelised, and now we can add some stock and some flour. So just some plain flour. We need to cook off this flour, so give it a good stir in the pan there. Constantly stir it just for a minute and that'll take the rawness out of it. And now I'm going to deglaze with a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. That's going to give it a really nice, almost meaty barbecue flavour there. Yum. And now we can add some stock. So just some standard chicken stock. Give it a stir, and now we just allow that to bubble away, thicken up, and at the last minute I'm going to add some Dijon mustard. And in that time, our toads in the hole, they'll almost be ready. Now I've just taken this out of the oven. You can see they've puffed up, but you've got to be quick when you're serving these because they do deflate a little bit. Over to the gravy here, it's thickened up, it's a fantastic colour, and just a little bit of mustard at the last minute that I'll whisk in. And we start with a pool of this gravy, lots of those sweet onions, And just with a butter knife like this one, you just carefully take it out and we'll put the little toad in the hole, in the swimming pool, and we'll add a little bit of fresh parsley on top. This dish has it all. It's sometimes food, especially when it's really cold outside. This will fill you up very fast.